Hey there, hello everyone. My name is Jagan, and we are doing a malware analysis. In the previous part, we've seen how to set up your sandbox and how you can build your own sandbox. Watch the Anuj Soni's video. I actually referred it in my previous part. So go and check that out. Uh, so today we are going to start. We're going to extract the sample and see what we are up against, how we can do the probably the static analysis. Let's start with the static analysis first. Okay, so that's what we are planning to do. uh, yeah, without further ado, let's get in. So I start sharing my screen, and you can see I am on my malware sandbox. So I have already copied the sample, and you can see this particular machine is isolated, not connected with any network. And let me remove this. Yeah, yeah, okay, fine. Now I go to my desktop uh, sample, and here is the file. So I need to unzip this file first. So let's start and unzip this. Maybe I can extract this one with 7-zip. How about that? Yes, 7-zip, extract here. And the password is hack the blues. Okay, that's the password provided by hack the box. Okay, now I could see uh, the file. There are two files, danger.exe and danger.zip. The danger.txt is actually a caution note, potentially a caution note, but you can confirm that. I also need one more tool here, but I guess I failed to install it. But okay, that's fine. That's fine. Do I have a file utility here? File is not recognized as the command let. Okay, but not a problem. Let's see the properties. I think by seeing this is actually simply a caution, a text file. So no problem, we can open it because there is another zip file. I think that file potentially has the malware. Okay, let's open this caution note. Let's read through it. Okay, I prefer opening it with another text editor. Let's see. Let me change to open all the text files with Sublime Text. I really love to use Sublime Text. Okay, now I could see the caution note here. Dear user, this text file is not warn you that the zip file contains a software that is going to interact with your okay. This text file is to warn you that a zip file contains the software that is going to interact with your computer and files, a malware. This software has been intentionally included for educational purposes and is not intended to be executed or used otherwise. Always handle such files in isolated, controlled, and secured environments. And that's what we did right now. We just isolated the file. It is strongly recommend you proceed by running the sample in controlled environment, for example, a pawn box or isolated VM. Only unzip the software in this controlled environment using the password provided. Unzip the file in the VM and enjoy analyzing. So it is advised to unzip the danger.zip file only on the secured VM. Please exercise extreme caution. The zip file contains the software, is password protected for your safety. The password is, so here they gave the password also to unzip. It is strongly recommended that you don't extract or execute the contents of the zip file unless you understand the risks involved. By reading this file and using provided password to unzip the file, acknowledge and fully understand. Okay, so there are some disclaimer as well. All right, we got the password for this zip file, the danger.zip file. So let's start opening it. I go here. I see more options, 7-zip, extract here. So it's going to ask me the password, and I have added the password. And now when I click OK, oh, come on. I could see bunch of files. It's quite confusing. Let's see. These three files we already own. I don't know about this data text, bruh.exe, another exe, and a text file ends with go team extension. I don't know what is this go team means. Um, Maybe I can do one thing. I'll remove all these things. I'll just try to unzip this again within a folder. 7-zip, extract to danger. Again, I'm pasting the password. And now I could see a folder. This folder is actually holding all the files that we need to access. Okay. All right. Fine. Totally fine. Um, let's do one more thing. Do I have a commander? I don't have the commander utility. It would have been so easy for us to access a file with commander, but not a problem anymore. We got a couple of files. bruh.exe, it's an executable. goteam.exe is also an executable, and mc modmaker version 1.4.exe. This looks like the modmaker application. In video games, mostly, I mean, they will be having a content called mod to enhance or to add some features to that video game. So there are some official legitimate mods offered by the same publisher. At the same time, the malware authors often try to use these mod files as a lure. They get the mod file, they try to backdoor them, or deliberately making it vulnerable to make the end users life hell. So the mod maker is actually one of such scenario. So they actually try to lure the video game enthusiast with some malicious mods. Okay, now what to do? So I open a PowerShell window. Now I'm gonna go and navigate to this directory. Now I have some files against me. I don't have a file utility. That's fine. So I think I failed to install them. So because what the file utility do, if I give file and the file name, it's gonna give me the type of the file. So that's gonna help me to really understand what kind of file it is. But not a problem. We have plenty of other tools to assess them. The first one, which is really interesting, is modmaker v1.4.exe, because that looks like a main file. I need to access this file. So how I can do that? Do I have strings utility? Come on, I don't have. Yeah, I do have strings utility. MC modmaker.exe. Strings is not recognized as the name or commandlet. I need to install strings utility as well. Really? Okay, I think if the strings is not working, maybe I can do FLOSS. Do I have FLOSS here? I guess there is a separate directory. So here I have all the tools that are required. Yeah, you can see FLOSS, Kappa. Uh, I think this directory is not added in my environment variable, so it is not detecting it. Let's see what are all the other tools we have. We have some dynamic analysis tools, some advanced static analysis tools like Gita. I guess I need to get into this directory before doing these things. Okay, now I have these files. So first thing I'm going to do is using FLOSS. FLOSS is actually a utility that try to deobfuscate the strings even if it's obfuscated. So it's a string reading utility. So I'm planning to use this FLOSS first against my sample. Okay, so that's the plan. Let's use FLOSS, and I go here. Do I have the sample? Yes, sample danger mc modmaker.exe. Now what it says: Go binary found with version 1.20. Oh, come on. It's gonna be a Golang binary. If I had a file utility, I would have easily recognized it. But it says it is a Go binary, and you can see the version 1.20. FLOSS handles Go static strings, but string deobfuscation may be inaccurate to take some long time. Do you want to enable string deobfuscation? Um, First, I'll give no. If I am not seeing any plain text stuff, I'm going to give yes. Let's see. Disabling string obfuscation, extracting static strings, extracting language specific Go string, finish execution after, okay, some timings. All right. And I can see some interesting Chinese characters. Cool. Uh, let's see. I'm just taking it as screenshot. Just it's going to help me for the thumbnail preparation. All right. Now I got some interesting uh, characters. Wait, can I use less? Okay, I think this is not Linux compatible, right? How about redirecting to some um, some files? So maybe I'll create one directory called within the samples. Maybe if I go and create a directory, I just create a directory with the name analysis. And now I'm gonna go and come on, sample analysis and strings.txt. Come on, how to store these things in a file? Do I have an option to store it in a file? Mm, language specific strings, Go Rust. So it also supports extracting even the strings from the Go binaries. Um, but where is the option to save this in a file? Let me re-execute this. I copy this manually. Okay. And I could see some interesting strings. They are not apparently obfuscated, and I could see them with bare eyes. Uh, Come on, how long it goes? It goes all the way. Oh, come on. Is there any way to redirect this outcome? Can I use a simple redirector? Um, I guess it will work. Let's see. Sample analysis floss.out. How about that? Floss.out. I guess it's gonna work. Yes. I think let's see. Let's open and see the file. Analysis. Yes, it worked. Need to change the name. Let me rename it. Floss.txt. Let it be txt file. Come on. F2 txt. Yes, I want to rename this. Okay, now I got the outcome. And let's do this string assessment. But before that, what if I enable the deobfuscation? Do I still see them? Yes. If I give yes, it's gonna take some time. Okay, let it happen. Um, I think there is an option, right? Let me go and see the help menu. In help menu, extract all strings from executable. I think if I simply execute this, it's going to extract all the strings. I guess my current outcome is actually extracted everything. So let's do the assessment here. You can see it's a Go language. It's a Go binary. Golang is used here. Extracted strings, static strings. There are some static strings you can see and some language specific strings mentioned here. Let's see. So these are the static strings. So let's go through this. I'm just scrolling through. You can see the sidebar. If anything looks unique, I'm going to stop there. These are all some characters that I cannot understand. And look at this. Syscall control success release string. Okay. Do I see any interesting strings over here? Can I mention the string length at least? Because in strings utility, I can mention the string length. N10, I guess. To enable no, I give, let's see. Can I scroll up and see? I think this one looks okay, right? Defining the number of characters per line. So that is what we use -n10. Okay, I'll do this. Let me tweak this. I'm just gonna close this file floss.txt. Coming a directory back, analysis, getting into the analysis directory, floss.txt. So I'm going to rewrite this file with the modified number of characters per line in the strings utility. So okay, now it is done. The results have been rendered. When I press Control O, analysis, floss.txt, and now I could see, and you can see the number of characters per line. It's actually holding 10 characters now per line. Okay, it looks easier to read. Let me scroll down faster. And I could see some HTTP reference here. So the malware might be using the HTTP channel as a C2 channel. I don't know. Maybe we will get to know at the end of this assessment. I can see some hashing and encryption standards. The Go binaries are generally bigger compared to the other binaries. If you build your binaries with C or C++, compared to that, the Go binaries are typically bigger. So I can realize that there are plenty of things here to read. And I could see internal ABI kind string, ABI dot and some type and name is blank, read variant. Let's see what is ABI. Is this a library on Golang? ABI Go, come on. I think the internet is not working here. I go to my Sherlock VM, Go ABI. Let's see. Here it is. Go internal ABI specification. What it is. The document describes the Go internal application binary interface known as ABI internal. The Go ABI defines the layout of data in memory and conventions called between Go functions. ABI is unstable and will change between Go versions. Okay. What they say, it is actually an application binary interface. Okay. And now let's proceed. Byte ALG. So why I actually shown some interest here is internal slash ABI looks like referring a library on a program. So that's why I've shown some interest doing the research on this. Byte alg. I don't know what it is. Let's see that as well. Byte alg. It's a package. Byte alg is a package. What's the purpose of it? Look at this. So they are importing some library here. Purpose. Do I get to know the purpose? I'm getting some EA assistance here. Let's read through it. Byte-alg is actually package in code designed for efficient byte level operations such as comparing, counting byte sizes. Okay, I'm moving on because I need to cover up plenty of things here. OS. A OS library is used in this malware. Crypto library, obvious. So it's going to be ransomware. So that's why they have used some cryptographical stuff. Math, it's another library, I guess. And encoding, vendor, I don't know what it is, but these are all some libraries, I guess. Some RSA, SHA-256. Moving on. HTTP library, net HTTP. Okay. And I could see the Go files. And I guess the .s file is kind of a library. I don't know. .s file in Golang. I have done Golang assessment before, so that's why I'm taking my time. .s file in Go assembly language. Go is assembly language source file used by the Go compiler. Okay. So these files used by the Go compiler. Moving on. Come on. Some string. Come on. I think here you can see the static strings. Okay, before that, I wish to bring another thing, and you can see the kernel 32.dll. So this is the DLL file, kind of a mandatory DLL file used by every executable you see. And this particular DLL file is actually has some methods. So these are all the Windows API calls. So looks like there are some API calls involved in this binary, and you can see the calls, the API calls here. By seeing the API calls, you can deduce what this binary is doing. For example, let's say this virtual alloc, virtual free, or virtual query for allocating a memory on a process. And switch to thread, suspend thread means creating a thread. Suspending the thread, canceling the thread is actually an entity within a process, so which is responsible for an execution. I think that's my simple understanding, at least. So the thread is actually, come on, threads found. What it is? I disabled Windows. I disabled the Defender. So yeah, I think it is disabled, right? Yes, it is. Okay, and you could see the suspend thread, the thread related operation, resume thread, load library, loading the library, getting the system info, getting the process address, exiting the process, creating a thread, creating an event, closing a handle. Come on, get std handle. Oh, come on. Yeah, I think these are all the some of the API calls that are in place. So let's go with this uh, FLOSS static strings. Uh, bcrypt primitives.dll, kind of DLL related to encryption and decryption, cryptography. Then I could see some meaningless strings. Um, anything special or any interesting stuffs here? User agent, RST stream, end stream, set cookie, stream equal to, okay. Dev standard in, create file. Scrolling down. Do I see any interesting stuff here? And I could see some reference to the HTTP transport. I've seen some Chinese characters, right? Do I see it anymore? Okay, so I'll keep these results aside. Let me go and use another tool now. Now, how about using Kappa? Kappa is actually an excellent utility. It is gonna find the capabilities possessed by a particular binary file by just simply looking at its API calls and few other things that I don't know. Uh, I just shown the API calls like create thread, resume thread, create process. So by using this, by seeing this API calls, you will get an idea, right? So I guess the Kappa is a tool that works based on that. Kappa, okay, hyphen help, see the help menu, and I can simply pass the binary name here. And if I want more details, maybe I can use verbosity. Okay, now let's do this. I actually need to refer the previous directory. Um, MC, come on. Do I have this sample? Not a sample, right? Is it sample? Yeah. Sample danger, I guess. Danger. Come on. Yes. So here is the file. So far we just tried assessing the strings only on this mod maker executable. And now I'm applying the same. I'm applying the kappa. I'm running kappa against the same file. So it says it is analyzing the program. So once it is done, it's going to give us a proper result. We have to wait for a while. So okay, let the analysis go. I guess this is the stopping point for this particular part. So I'm going to stop recording here. I hope you have learned something about analyzing the strings using the tools like FLOSS. So I hope it's going to add some value to your malware analysis journey. I'm stopping the recording here. I'll catch you next time with another exciting one. Until then, I'm signing off and cheers.